saying, well, y'all think y'all perfect. Well, I'm scared to even ask y'all what a bad day look like. It's simply because, watch this, we discovered something that a lot of people hadn't discovered. Say whatever you want to say, think whatever you want to think, believe whatever you want to believe. God's way is spirit, soul, and body. Culture's way is body, soul, and spirit. Professionals' way are soul, body, spirit. So every time you leave the spirit last, then when it's time for you to get what you need in order to keep it together, in order to strengthen what remains, you've already left it last. So it's going to take it a long time to come give you what you need because it took you so long to realize how bad you needed to start with that first.
This is the day
that the Lord has made. I will rejoice. You ain't got to do all that. Just sing the song. Black folks.
In it.
This is the day. This is the day
that the Lord has made. Growing up, I was a part of I got to tell this real quick. So I was a part of a singing group in Houston, Texas, actually Stafford, Texas, a suburb called the Melodies of East Wind. And do you know who Robert Glasper is? The Robert Glasper?
Yeah.
He was the one who played for our singing group.
Wow.
And his mother, Kim Glasper, was the one that directed us. If people don't know who Robert is, they should go look him up. He is amazing, well-known jazz musician. But his mother had a voice till this day. I have never heard a voice like his mom's voice.
Wow.
Yeah, so we grew up singing all around Houston. So I'm not a lead vocalist, but I can harmonize and I can hear music and I know when something's right and I know when something's wrong. And I think it would be awesome if you took singing classes. No, you know the songs to sing. You don't know the notes to hit.
I just hit the note just then.
Well, okay, that was that time. Let's do it in real time on a Sunday morning.
I can do it in real time.
All right, well, let the Lord use you then. Let the Lord use you.
Stay in my vein, my vein.
I'm about to say good morning, but is your vein a hooping vein? And the Lord said,
ooh. E flat, Dave Wall. Send me E flat.
Is it even E flat? You just hope it's E flat.
I don't know what it is.
Hey.
To everybody that's under the sound of my voice, I'm Pastor James Edwards.
Who am I? Tell me who I am.
This is my lovely wife, Tiffany.
Who am I?
And you're my everything.
Oh, Poovy. Oh. Cut the camera. Let's go. I'm just playing. You are my everything too. I'm so grateful, in all honesty, that from out of all the people, are these going to be okay in the frame? I really want to keep my coffee. Is it going to be okay, David Wall? Talking to our media guy, wonderful. I got me a nice white chocolate mocha hot, and you have a medicine ball tea. But with that being said, you really are. I'm so grateful because we're also celebrating 10 years in ministry.
Yep.
And what people may not know, we started Transforming Faith Christian Center in Houston, Texas. So if you're looking for a church home, come and check us out. But we started Transforming Faith Christian Center, and we got married
at the same time.
Almost. Yeah. And everybody said, y'all are crazy. Ministry, and then a new wife, a new husband.
How y'all doing a new church and a new marriage at the same time?
And I let me tell you, I'm not boasting and bragging on us, but I'm a boast and brag on the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, for sure.
He has meshed us in such of a way that I'm really being honest. It is like we are transforming.
Yeah, for sure. We're not doing transforming faith. We're not doing marriage. We are transforming faith. We are marriage.
We are marriage.
Yeah. It's a difference between doing and being.
And it's cohesive.
Yeah, for sure.
It works and it's possible. That's why the Holy Spirit must be the threefold cord, because when he comes in and you are wrapped around the Holy Spirit and I'm wrapped around the Holy Spirit, and he is like that connection point that sticks, that's like in the middle of us. He gives us the grace to do what we would not be able to do on our own. Yeah. He gives us the grace to defy what other people told us we would not be able to do. They told us that the first year of marriage is the hardest year of marriage. Yeah. And that just wasn't our testimony. Yeah.
And this is the reason why we can come to you this morning or come to you today, and we can talk about the ways that we can strengthen relationships and the ways we can strengthen marriages.
We were saying that it was going to be 5 ways, but as the list kept going, I'm like, we just going to give y'all numerous ways And whichever number we stop at, we just stop at that
because
number.
The truth of the matter is, it's a problem if something weak.
Yeah. 5 ways to strengthen your marriage.
Yeah, because if something is weak, then this means that the enemy has a pathway. He has a foothold. This means that infection can seep in when something is weak.
Yeah.
When something is not strong, then this means that a wedge can come in and divide the two. So therefore, whatever is weak, it has to be strengthened, and we got to strengthen what remains.
My God,
yes, you got me.
Pastor James,
if peace remains, we got to strengthen peace.
Yeah,
you got me.
Yeah.
If love remains, we got to strengthen love. If teamwork remains, we got to strengthen teamwork. If unity remains, we got to strengthen it. Everything that's weak, we're gonna leave that alone, but we're gonna strengthen the thing that remain.
Yeah,
and then that's gonna make the entire thing get stronger.
This is why it's so wise. Maybe you are in the hot months of your marriage where everything is amazing and everything is beautiful. You are in those spring and summer months, and maybe this right now is just something that could be preparing you for the fall season, for the winter season. I talked a little bit last Sunday. We have our grass outside, and we're in Houston, Texas, so it's still relatively really hot outside, and we don't need to get our grass cut as much. But I got a little confused. I'm like, the weather conditions really haven't changed that much. It's still very hot, but the grass isn't growing as much. And our yard guy told me, like, Tiffany, it's because the grass is aware that you all are about that there is about to be the grass is aware that it's about to be a season shift. And so what the grass does under the ground is that it begins to grow its roots, and it begins to become dormant, where it does not exert the energy that it would take to grow up, but everything is now happening under the ground because the grass is aware that there's about to be a season change, we're about to enter into the fall, and that we're about to enter into the winter. And so everything that the grass would normally do in the spring and summer, it's now reserving itself for the fall months that are to come. And that just made me start thinking, I don't care how strong you are. And as a matter of fact, I don't care how weak you are. If you get around the right group of people, if you get around the right exposure, if you get around people with different levels of experiences and things that they have gone through, you can be able to learn, and you can find ways to strengthen, or even re-strengthen, because who's to say that you got to stop at one level of strength?
For sure.
So I think that is something that is amazing. That's why it's so great to do life together and to do life around people that really value marriage.
Yeah, for sure. So therefore, I'm getting ready we're about to get started.
Yeah.
It's game time. Yeah, because like you say, Grace and Truth is a platform for maturity. It's a platform for growth. It's a platform for development. So this means that if something is weak, it has to be made strong.
Yeah, or if something is strong, it has the ability to be made stronger. So I'm grateful for you, Pastor James, to be able to do this with you. So when we start thinking about ways to strengthen our marriage, we are going to give some applicable ways that we can do it. So I don't know if you have a number one.
Yeah, let me ask you this. I think, where is one place do you think we may have been weak in, and one area you think we may have been weak in that we can talk about before we talk about strengthening it?
Okay, so I think that I have been able to talk about this before, and I'll see where you are. So our backgrounds are totally different. Pastor James grew up in a fighting and survival mode. I didn't grow up perfectly, because trust me, just because you grow up in the suburbs and you grow up with two parents, that does not mean that you don't go through your own things, because I did grow up with my mother and my father, but they were two adults learning how to become one while raising children. So we went through our things as well. But one thing that I grew up with a lot of love and a lot of acceptance. Went on my own kind of negative path, my own toxic way, for whatever. That's a whole nother podcast. Lord help me. Anyway, went through a lot of things, and had gone through verbal abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, really past awful toxic relationships. And when I finally met you, you weren't toxic. You weren't a fighter. You've never abused me. You're a good man. You're just a good human being. And I loved how much you loved God, and I loved the spiritual aspect of you. And so when I first met you, I was so enamored with your spiritual life that I forgot that I'm not only a spirit, but I'm a spirit, soul, and body. And so we were doing a lot of praying together, a lot of you teaching me a lot about the Holy Spirit, us growing in spiritual things.
Yeah.
But there were some needs that I needed in my soulless part. Like I said, our backgrounds were different. I grew up with a lot of love. My love language is words of affirmation, maybe quality time, could even be acts of service, but also physical touch. You know, gifts are great. Don't get me wrong. You buy beautiful things, but there were seasons where in my soul, I didn't need a scripture. I didn't need my husband to love on me.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't need, and it's good to pray. I'm not saying a scripture's great. I'm not saying it's not good to pray. It's amazing to have your husband cover you in prayer. But there were moments where I just needed the playful, fun side of you, the side that would just cuddle and kiss me or hold me. And so because you have learned how to love, and when you marry a man that did not experience a lot of love, or you were from your own words that you thought you had to buy love, we went through a season where I think where the spiritual basis was there.
It's okay, babe. You can say it.
Yeah,
my love tank capacity was a pint.
Okay. All right. Well, he said
and you was working with a gallon.
As a gallon lover. I'm a gallon lover. You were
a pint size.
You were a pint size lover.
Were a pint size
and so
lover.
In the area where I did not feel seen, or I didn't feel, I knew that my husband loved me, but I needed more from him. I just needed more love. I needed more assurance. I needed more physical touch. I needed more than that. But what happened was, you asked me the area where I thought we were weak. I think that we focused so much on getting the spiritual foundation right, that when it was time for us to really grow and to become one in our mind, our will, our emotions, our personality, which is the soul. God has made us three-part beings, spirit, soul, and body.
And with you saying that, I'm not meaning to cut you off, but I gotta go right here. With you saying that, is basically that I started off focusing so much on the spirit to such of a profound degree that I forgot about the soul. But let me tell you how culture does it. Culture starts out relationships and marriages by focusing so much on the body.
My God.
And then they move into the soul. And then when everything is headed to the divorce court, then they want to talk about the spirit. Go ahead.
I got to add this part.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because that's so good you just said that.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is good.
Yeah.
I had been developed in culture.
Yeah, for sure.
I had not been developed in God's way.
Mm-hmm.
So what I thought that I wanted, God says, I know what you want, but I got to first give you what you need.
Yeah, for sure.
Because what you need is the spiritual side.
Yeah.
And then everything else, the soul and
it's
the
follow
body
it.
is going to sit on top of this. Tiffany, you've been so used to people doing it from body, soul to spirit, that now that I've given you the opportunity, and you're not even aware that it's an opportunity, you are whining and praying about something that you are trying to reverse my order back to what culture taught you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to bring you into something new. Now, I didn't know that. This is all just, I didn't know that. But what you're just saying it was my aha moment.
Yeah.
And I think that is the reason why our marriage has been successful.
Most people.
Because the foundation has been spiritual. Not saying.
Most relationships, most marriages are built from body, soul to spirit, right? And then some of them are built from soul, body, spirit. But the spirit is always behind. It's always the last one, the least important one. So if it's not prioritized first, then when the marriage starts cracking, or when the relationship starts cracking, whatever you prioritize first, that's the thing that got to give the medicine to it.
My God.
So if the soul is the thing you prioritize first, then you got to think of a way to fill a person up when a person is starting to lose. You got me. If the body is away, then you got to sex them into a way.
So let me tell you,
is it making sense?
No, because we're going to get on track, y'all, talking about the 5 ways to strengthen a relationship, or more than 5. But this is why, and I'm not saying it's impossible, but this is why when you think about relationships where there's always a problem with infidelity, there's always a problem with like arguing and fighting, I guarantee you, if it's always sexual infidelity, it's
the
because he
priority.
started with the body.
Yeah.
And so now his focus is on so many other bodies.
So good.
She started with the body. Now her focus is on so many other bodies.
Better
So
believe it.
when there is a crack in the foundation, how you met them and what attracted them to you is the same thing that will attract them to other people. And so we start with that. Or if it's a matter of someone being at the place where we just connected in our personality. We just connected in our emotions.
We just got chemistry. We just got flow.
And so at that point, you now wonder why we sit up to 5 o'clock in the morning arguing all the time, or there is just never any peace, because we connected in our soul. And somewhere along the line, while we were in that part, we eventually got to the spirit, but it wasn't the foundation.
And most people listening right now, they're saying this is crazy. Why? Because they hadn't been exposed to it. And then when you have us on a panel or a conversation and we say, man, we ain't fighting like that. What y'all doing and how y'all doing it, if we oblivious to it, then they start saying, well, y'all think y'all perfect? Well, I'm scared to even ask y'all what a bad day look like. It's simply because, watch this, we discovered something that a lot of people hadn't discovered. Say whatever you want to say, think whatever you want to think, believe whatever you want to believe. God's way is spirit, soul, and body. Culture's way is body, soul, and spirit. Professionals' way are soul, body, spirit. So every time you leave the spirit last, then when it's time for you to get what you need in order to keep it together, in order to strengthen what remains, you've already left it last. So it's going to take it a long time to come give you what you need, because it took you so long to realize how bad you needed to start with that first.
But I go back, because what I thought was, when I started, you asked what was the area where we were weak. And so this is interesting, while you got to know the season that you're in. You gave me everything that we needed as the leader,
for sure.
As the king of our home, as you being the submitted son of God, as you being God's man. You gave us the foundation that we needed, that I could submit to. And so that foundation maybe would have felt for me in that season that I was in the fall and I was in the winter, and I didn't realize it. But then as we grow, now you had to wake up and say, okay, I've given her the spiritual foundation.
Now it's time to move to the soul.
Now it's exactly. And so what was good in one season, it was time for us to grow and to transform into something different in the next season.
Absolutely.
So that was my thing. I feel like early on in our marriage, when I was trying to make the turn of, okay, I got this spirit down. I got it. I got the Bible down. I got our prayer life down. We got the scriptures down. Now, what about us? And then God allowed us to go get into a rhythm, and that was for me. Now, do you have one that I can ask you?
I think
why do you always do that? Why you always make me be the one to say what the problem is?
Because you it's not you saying what the problem is. It's just your mind is just set up in analogies, and you keep stories I'm a principle focused person.
I got you.
And you are analogy focused person. And so I be asking God, give me them analogies like she be having. Like I be like, the two become one. Give me the analogies that she be getting. And so lately I have been really, really working hard to have an analogy mindset. But I just knew I could ask you that on the spot because this wasn't rehearsed or nothing.
I got you.
And I knew you would bring.
Yeah, I think
something.
that was the area where I thought that we were weak, where we needed to transfer into the soulless part of our relationship. So what would you say as one of the top ones of really making sure that the marriage is strong? What would be your number one?
I would say the fact of that marriage and relationships are a choice.
Yeah.
And so choice number one is you have to keep choosing each other daily. Every single day. You have to make a conscious decision to keep choosing each other daily. Because love is not proven by a feeling. Love is proven by a daily decision. And sometimes, in certain aspects, in certain seasons, love is just not going to be enough.
Sir, not at all.
Yeah, you got to choose integrity. You got to choose teamwork. You got to choose. You got to choose togetherness. You got to choose chemistry. You got to choose to be unified. You got to choose this on a day-to-day basis. On the day that you fail to keep choosing daily, then what happens when you stop choosing?
You've got to be able to choose your spouse and making sure, applicably, choosing means to me really seeing your spouse.
Yeah, for sure.
Really seeing who they are, really hearing them.
Yeah.
We have a thing called core values. And one of the things that is one of our top core values is we put God first and we put each other first. And so that means that if I'm choosing God and I'm always choosing you, we're at a place where that means if I choose you, I got to honor you.
Yeah, for sure.
If I choose you, I got to see you. If I choose you, I have to affirm you. If I choose you, I'm literally saying that this is what God has given to me. And every day, no matter how it feels, no matter what's going on in life, I'm waking up and I'm choosing to say I do every single morning. I think the problem is we're eager to say I do at the altar. But are we eager to say I do after we've been together for 5 years?
Yeah, at the next altar in the next season.
Because every season
demands
an
altar.
Oh, go there real quick.
Yeah, every single season demands an altar, meaning that in summer, believe it or not, even though it's hot, you got to sacrifice. But the difference between sacrificing in summer and in winter is in summer, I want to sacrifice. In winter, I don't want to sacrifice. In fall, I got to sacrifice because I got to sacrifice the shedding and pulling things off. But in winter, I got to sacrifice because something has to die. Right. In spring, I have to sacrifice because some got to come alive. Yeah. So if I'm ready to sacrifice in spring, but I ain't really ready to sacrifice in the fall because in the fall, I got to shed some attitudes.
Yeah.
I got to shed some ways.
By fall, you tired.
I'm tired. You see what I'm saying?
But just because you're tired doesn't mean that you don't have to shed.
Relationships and marriages don't fail because we fall out of love.
Yeah.
They fail because we make a decision to stop choosing each other every single day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Can I tell you one way in which you choose me and you're not even aware? There are times when we are at church and you may know that I'm in the building, but I'm not in the sanctuary first. And you will say to them, y'all go find Tiffany. Where's my wife? Go find her. In the moment, it lets me know that, you could easily do this without me. But because you know that when my presence is in the room, you know that your support is also in the room. So you could do it without me, but you choose to want to do it with me. And
that lets you know how important you are.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so anytime a spouse or a significant other knows that they're important, this is when they're ready to go the extra mile too.
Yeah.
Because you're saying, I see you.
Right.
I love you. I want you. I don't just see you, but I want you.
Yeah. One of the things I like to do, like for the simplicity of it, Pastor James and I do this thing where we really try to eat together every single day. Like we try to have dinner together. And so there'll be times where I'm leaving work and I'm stopping by my mom's house to pick up my dog before I head home. And my mom will be in there and she's cooking and she's like, you want to just eat with us real quick? And I'm like, no, Mom, this is something that me and James do together. I'm going to eat with him when I get home. Or it'll be times where maybe there's late at night after Bible study and I know that you're coming home. I'll be trying to wait on you. So that means I may not be eating dinner until 10 or 11 o'clock, depending on when you get home.
But you can eat though if you
I know
want.
that I can, but I choose you. I know that I can. That's the thing about it. Thank you for adding that in. It's not that you can't. It's that you can, but because I can, but I still decide to choose. The thing is, it's not the fact when people, I can do really whatever I want to do. But the fact is, when I choose you, just because I can do it, that doesn't mean that I will do it. Absolutely. Because I choose you. And so that's a part of the sacrifice. So I think it's really important that we choose our spouse. And
sure.
Those are simple ways. But choose your spouse before you choose, we put other people before we put our spouse. And so before I choose my mother and my father's opinions, before I choose what culture says, before I even choose the children, I've got to make sure that I'm choosing you first.
That's real talk.
Yeah.
What you got for number 2? What's the second one?
Number 2.
The second way to strengthen what remains, to strengthen your relationship, strengthen your marriage.
Yeah, we got to remain friends. Like we've got to be in a place where our marriage is protected.
That's good.
Because we are friends.
Yeah, for sure.
The friendship aspect of marriage is so important. I don't want you to be where you are the fun and cool guy and the laughing type of guy and cool and having fun and all this with other people. But then when you get home, I get the boring, the tired, the exhausted you. The fact of the matter is you are my homie, lover, friend.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think friendship is important.
Yeah, for sure. I do too. I'm with you 100%. Because I just think back, man, to the code that we as brothers have. Like my great friends, like we got codes, right? We ain't about to gossip about each other behind each other back. We ain't about to cheat on each other. We ain't about to, talk about each other. We're in no type of way about to go to any type of disrespectful or dishonoring type of place. So the kick is this: if I won't do that with my friends, that's men, why should I do it with my friend? That's my wife.
That's so good.
And so a lot of times we just that's why the truth of the matter is, you say it all the time, if he'll treat his wife like this, it won't be long before he treat you like this. Because if he sees her as a friend and he see you as a friend and he's showing you exactly what he's doing to her, it won't be long before you next.
Let me get some context. Let me give you some context around this. I always, this is from a ministry aspect, but this could not just necessarily be ministry.
This real.
You can just look at life in general, if it's a business, relationship, whatever. I always tell my husband that whenever he has become friends with a man, or there is a man that comes to the church that is wanting to be in leadership, or there is somebody that is wanting to get close, somebody that he's doing life with, even beyond the church, just your friends in general.
Yeah, real
I always look at how they treat their wife. Yeah. Especially if you've been married to this woman, you all have had kids together. Sorry.
Take a drink, babe.
I always look at how he treats his wife, because if you all have been, if they're married and they've had children together, they've done life together, and if he's mistreating her, he's definitely going to come in and mistreat you.
Yeah, for sure.
It really matters to me how I see a man treat his wife, because however he's friends with her, that's how he's going to carry his friendship with you.
Absolutely.
And then it's more dangerous if he's friends with you and treats you better than he treats her.
Absolutely.
The woman who's had your kids, the woman who's been in bed with you, the woman you sleep to next night, you're treating her bad, and I think you're going to treat my husband good.
It's a level of intimacy that you and her has made it to that's deeper than me and you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about for a man.
Absolutely.
Not saying me and you. I'm
saying
I got for me and my partner. Like you're saying, you're becoming one with her. You're going inside of her. She's going inside of you.
Yeah.
And the intimacy is going deep.
Yep.
And so therefore, if you can, me and you just got relationship, you and her got intimacy. So if you can do her like that in intimacy, I know you're going to chop my head off in relationship. Like, I'm serious. Yeah, for real.
But I don't want to get off subject though. Why is it that though you see sometimes men being more loyal to their friends than they are to their wife? And I know
I gotta be honest.
Women be more loyal, because every time I say something about a man, I always get the comment, well, women do it too. Why are people more willing to be more loyal to friends than
what
the spouse?
I think, and I may be wrong, but I don't think I am. I honestly believe that people are not, most men that feel like that they're not self-aware that they trust their homies more than they trust their wife.
Wow.
Or they trust their homies more than they trust their girl. It's a level of trust in there. Like, real talk. If I'm going to be more loyal to my friend than I'm going to be loyal to you, that means I trust the fact that he won't do me, and somewhere along the lines, you may. That's a hard truth.
So you think that often, because we're talking about in marriage, we got to protect the friendship. And I have seen where
intimacy is built on trust, babe.
So somewhere along the line, the men or a woman, they trust their friends more than the person that they said
without
I
a shot of a doubt. And it's women
Wow.
that do trust their girls.
Yeah, more than they trust
more than they trust the man. Because one reason why women unconsciously may trust their girl more than they trust a man is because society says all men are dogs.
Yeah.
And so if that statement is embedded in your heart, you are holding some back.
Yeah.
Because at some point or another, you think he's going to cheat on you. You think he's going to betray you. You think he's going to stab you in the back. So therefore, you will get more intimate with your girl.
Yeah.
Right? And I ain't saying sexually.
Yeah, because that's intimacy does not always mean physically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm saying you'll get more intimate personally. You'll get more intimate in every other area of life. then you get intimate with your spouse or with your man.
So when we're talking about strengthening our marriage, how do you protect the friendship in marriage?
Yeah, first of all, it got to be built. Because what a lot of people call in friendship ain't friendship. Like real talk. It's not built to that degree, because levels of trust begin to move the relationship. The levels of trust begin to move the union from fellowship, relationship to intimacy. And so therefore, now think about it. If I'm growing up, if I've been taught all my entire life, you don't trust nobody. So if I don't trust nobody, watch this. I actually don't trust myself either.
Right.
So I'll get connected with whoever, man or woman, right? And there is a level of trust that in order for the relationship to grow from fellowship to relationship to intimacy, trust got to be imparted.
Right.
So the truth of the matter is, I'm saying I got an intimate relationship with you. I can't when my mindset is based on I don't trust nobody.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is intimacy ain't nothing but a counterfeit intimacy.
Right.
It's not authentic.
Let me
I ain't trying to take this too deep, but I'm just trying to wake people up to let them know that you cannot say you got something that's intimate and something that's one when you don't trust the person to hold.
And friendship is built off of trust.
Yeah, for sure.
Could it also be that when I met them, we were so busy thinking of relationship that we never thought about friendship?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think it's really, really good that you date a person and that you all do develop a real friendship.
Yeah.
Often if you start with the body, then we've already passed the friendship part, because we've already created a soul tie. And so now we may not have really liked each other. But now since the soul tie is there and we've bonded together, we're knitted together.
You've given the enemy priority to come in.
So now we
started from the wrong place.
Now we're doing life with no common interest other than sexual. We're doing life with no common interest in our personalities, the things that we like, our hobbies, the things that we do for fun. You can't even do life with a person because you all never connected in your soul. You all automatically started right at the body. So a lot of times we're marrying people that we were never friends with to begin with. They were never our friend. We never gave friendship an opportunity. We never gave friendship even a chance, because we automatically started with the body.
And the danger is, babe, y'all don't even have a definition. You never established the definition of friendship, because the truth of the matter is you hadn't been real. You hadn't had deep levels of friendships in all of your life, in all of your your relationships,
life, right, and just in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So therefore, this is just like every other one.
So I always go back to this comment that was said on another podcast. There was a guy on here named Anthony, and he said 95% of marriage is just going to be the same routine, day-to-day, mundane life experiences, and the average person will think that it's boring. So if I'm doing life with somebody who's my spouse and we not friends, and you mean to tell me I'm signing up for a mundane routine over and over, you've got to make sure that you are saying I do to somebody that you genuinely like beyond the bedroom. I mean, like I'm grateful that God has allowed sex to be in covenant between husband and wife, but if that's the only thing we got in common, that we got some issues.
In certain seasons, better be stronger than love.
Sir, say that again.
Real talk. In certain seasons of a marriage, as a marriage is maturing and developing and growing and continuing to get older, in certain seasons, you liking them better be stronger than you loving them, because sometimes the only thing gonna keep you is liking. Right? Because sometimes you love, but at the same time, something happening with your love.
I want you to think about this. We can love people from a distance.
Absolutely.
But whoever I like, I want to keep them there.
Because I want to be close.
Yeah, because I can love you. It's a lot of people that I love I hadn't talked to or seen in years. I got girlfriends that I probably hadn't seen since middle school. And if I was to walk in to see them right now, we could be, pick back up, because I genuinely love them. But I don't do life with them. But the people that I like, we do life together.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
see them on a regular basis. So I think that's a really, really strong one.
Absolutely.
What's the next one you got?
The next one I got, in order to strengthen what remains, I think one of the things that we're going to have to do is protect our union emotionally.
Yeah, spiritually.
So to speak.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, because the truth of the matter is, if we don't protect what we have emotionally, we don't protect what we have spiritually.
Yeah, and
we're gonna disconnect. We're gonna disconnect physically.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, everything is internal before it's displayed externally.
Right.
You got me? So therefore, what I feel about you, liking, right? What what I value about you, adding value to you. When I see that you got something, I want to strengthen what you have.
Yeah.
If not, if I see you got a gift of communication, I want to strengthen this gift of communication to make you better, because you're making you better, gonna make us better.
Right.
Right. If I don't do that, then what's gonna happen is I don't protect that part. Then eventually I'm gonna start, a wedge gonna start coming in.
When I hear you say respecting me emotionally, one of the things that I think that really strengthens a marriage is that who you are when you're with me, that's the same person you are when you're not
Absolutely,
with me.
Integrity.
Protecting me emotionally definitely has a lot to do with your integrity.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Are you a safe space even when I'm not near?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you a safe space for me that has the ability to be able to protect, to nurture, and to care for me? I think the emotional part is so important. What are the conversations that you have about me with yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
What are the conversations, not even with other people?
That's good.
What are the conversations that you have about me?
Because that can strengthen what we have internally.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you are alone with yourself, what are the thoughts that cross your mind about me?
Yeah.
Are there thoughts where you are literally thinking of me in value? Or whenever you think about me, are you always thinking of ways that I need to change, or things that you don't like about me, and not what I'm doing wrong and what I'm not doing right? What is your thought life about
That's so
me
good.
Emotionally?
That's so
like
good.
When you close your eyes and you pray, do you ever go to God in just gratitude, saying, Lord, I thank you so much for my wife. I thank you so much for my husband. Holy Spirit, cover them from the top of their head to the crowns of their feet. Allow angels to protect them. Or when you pray, is it always, Lord, make them do right? Lord, make them do better. I mean, what is your thought life about me? Because if you are thinking about me the way that you really should be thinking about me, or the way that I would hope that you think about me.
That's so good.
I would hope that at that point, if you are protecting our covenant, because you got to think on things that are lovely, that are pure, that are of a good rapport. And so, but if you're always thinking negatively of me and you don't have a real thought life of me, how will you ever be able to protect me emotionally?
The most powerful conversation that a person can have about their spouse is not the conversation they're having with somebody else externally.
Right.
It's about the conversation they're having with themselves internally.
Right.
See, because we can have a disagreement, we can have a bump, and if the wrong thought come in and I feed the wrong thought and I start agreeing with the wrong thought, now I'm summoning a spirit to come in of division that's going to come in and empower me with the thinking, right? And if then because of this disagreement or this debate or something that you did wrong, one thing is going to cause me, if I'm telling myself the wrong thing, is going to start causing me to look for other things. What else are they doing? What else are they saying? How else are they acting? What am I oblivious to? So now good. I'm opening up my eyes to see what you're not doing, because I'm allowing another spirit or another conversation to take place in my mind that's producing division. So I got to be careful with what I'm saying internally, especially after a misunderstanding.
I want to give an example.
Yeah.
You could be married to a man and maybe he is not a strong leader in finances. Yeah. But he is a strong leader in how he takes care of the home. Maybe he's really good with like making sure the yard is manicured, making sure that he's the handyman, making sure that things are fixed, light bulbs are changed. He's good in that area. Maybe he also has a really great prayer life. He knows how to cover you in prayer, but he never really learned how to manage finances. Yeah. So let me tell you what it's like when you talk to yourself. He makes a really bad decision, something financially. You go and you talk to yourself. You know what? I'm so sick of this. He don't know how to spend money. I don't trust him how to lead our life. I don't trust him how am I going to submit to a man that doesn't know how to be able to take control of his finances? So I'm feeding myself all these thoughts about how you're not a leader. But what happens is you're just not a leader in one area.
Yeah, one area.
Now me talking to myself, are you saying now it starts to take on, what do you say when it starts producing other...
mutate.
It starts to mutate. Yeah. Now you have counted this man out because he doesn't know how to lead financially, not realizing that he's a great leader in your prayer life. He's a great father, knows how to take care of the kids.
For sure.
He's a great person in making sure that you got your oil changed, things are done with the car. He just doesn't learn how to hasn't learned how to manage finances. So when I sit with myself, I'm allowing these negative thoughts of you to mutate rather than covering you in prayer and saying, Lord, in this one area that he's weak, God, right now, teach him how to be able to get more savvy in this area. Or God, get him to trust me enough to know that maybe I'm the stronger one. You've got to be careful how you emotionally think about your spouse. Let me take it a step further, because you know that we had Kristen and Dave on this episode and on a previous episode, and they were talking about infidelity. You all have gone through the season where you have found out that there has been someone has cheated or you've been unfaithful.
Yeah, sure.
But you are really now together trying to really get back to have this union, to get back to really be as one. You will replay the same thought in your mind about what they did to you over and over. And now this person made a mistake one time, but your thought life has made them naturally just now be a cheater forever.
For sure.
And so you have that same thought going over and over. And now you become overly suspicious. And what was supposed to be this sacred moment to protect the emotional state of you all, you have now gotten to a place where you can no longer protect me emotionally. Absolutely. Because your thoughts about me are always negative. It's not about where we're going. It's about where we were.
Yeah. And I think the next goes into the next thing.
Yeah.
Because you was talking about protecting your thoughts and protecting your conversation internally.
Yeah, emotionally.
But the truth of the matter is, in order to strengthen our marriage, in order to strengthen our relationship, we have to have the ability to speak life into each other. And so the scariest thing about this is most people don't have the ability to speak life into themselves. How, if you can't speak life into yourself, how are you going to speak life into somebody else?
Right.
Because it's not what you say, it's the spirit behind what you say. In other words, I can tell you that you're great, but if I don't really, really believe that, then it's not going to come across in a convicting way to you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not going to pull you up.
Right.
So this means that before I tell you you're great, I got to have the ability to tell myself I'm great.
Yeah.
And I have to start executing on my greatness. Because if I don't execute on my greatness, then it's not going to be convicting. I'm making sense. Yeah. And then when I do tell you, man, you got it. Man, you great. You can do all things. It's coming across in a whole nother way because I've had an experience with it myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can just tell you, man, you're going to be good. You great. And you're going to be like, man, I don't know. Because you can't feel and you can't sense what's coming. You can't sense the life and the power and the authority that's coming out of me to you.
So when we talk about speaking life over our spouses and ways to strengthen your marriage, what I often hear you say, if there is no life on the principle, if there is no life on the words, then you're not really speaking life. And
absolutely.
So what happens is not that we can actually touch life where it doesn't feel tangible, but there is somebody that has been doing the work within themselves that when it comes out of them, it is very convicting when they are speaking to you. But I think we spend so much time where we'll speak life over our children. But real question, when was the last time you spoke life over your spouse? When was the last time you really looked at your spouse and told them that they were beautiful, that they were fearfully and wonderfully made? When was the last time you really looked at your spouse and told them, like, babe, I believe in you, the dream that God has given you for our life, the vision that you have casted for our family. I know right now it may not look like it's going anywhere, but baby, I believe in you.
And if I know you believe it, I want to believe it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
But speaking life, it looks like making sure that your spouse knows that you see them. Making sure that your spouse knows that you believe in them, that you are with them. We've got to, but that goes back to protecting your emotional life, because if I'm having negative thoughts about you constantly in my head, it's going to be very, very hard for me to come out and be able to speak life over you if all I've been doing is playing negative thoughts about you over and over in my head.
Then if you've been playing these negative thoughts over and over in your head, you can't speak life. You can say things that the words may resemble life, but death gonna be on them.
Sir.
And so what do you do when you're saying the right thing, but you got the wrong spirit behind it? And people don't realize that's possible, but that's happening every single day. This is the reason why your spouse or your significant other may be saying certain things you just don't believe. The reason why you don't believe it because you don't feel it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. We got to speak life. The next one is that we've got to learn how to dream together.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard a testimony. I was listening to Pastor Ron Carpenter, and he was talking about how he and his wife, Hope, many, many years ago had went through a very rough time in their marriage. And they had gone to a retreat. And when they were at the retreat, they had lots of counselors. And the counselors kept making them talk about the problems and talk about the past, the things that had really ruined the marriage. Ron said that in the moment, it was like the Holy Spirit quickened him, and he grabbed his wife's hand and he told her, we are no longer going to talk about what was. I'm grabbing your hand, and we are about to go somewhere, and we are about to talk about what it can be.
Yeah, we about to go. We about to get beyond here.
He grabbed her hand, and he said they went to a place where they were able just to start dreaming. Yeah. And he started saying, we've got to dream together. Yeah. We've got to start seeing a future. I got to go real quick to my notes on one of the things that I thought that he said that was so good that I made a note about it. He says, let me go to it real quick. He says, your mind can do two things. Your mind either has the ability to remember, or your mind has the ability to imagine.
Replay or pre-play.
So either we are going to remember what was, or either we are going to imagine what can be. When you start thinking about God can do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask, think, or imagine. He didn't say above all we can ask, think, or remember. Yeah. God is trying to do a new thing, and the new thing is often in the imagination of what we can be able to figure out together. Yeah. What does our future look like?
Yeah, because the truth of the matter is, if we can see it,
yeah,
we can be it.
Absolutely.
If we can see it, we can do it.
Yeah.
If we can see it, we can achieve it. But the scariest part is, if we can't see it, if I'm dreaming and you're not dreaming, I can see, but you can't see. Mm-hmm. What you can't see will not allow you to follow me.
That's so good.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm seeing something and you can't see it. So therefore, if I start walking, I'm walking towards what I see. But if you don't see it, you're going to start asking a whole lot of questions. Yeah. And then you're going to start frustrating me. Yeah. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
And so the ability is, I just can't be the dreamer, or you just can't be the dreamer. We have to be the dreamers.
Yeah.
Because we got to be able to see the same thing. If we can't see it, we can't be it.
But when was the last time, once again, so I've asked, what was the last time you've spoken life over your spouse? When was the last time you and your spouse had a day where you all just say, today is going to be our day where we just dream? It may be that we have to get in our car and we drive around to areas of houses or look at the model homes. Pastor James and I looked at houses. Yeah. We've been married for 10. We've been in our home together now for 4. Mm-hmm. But from those times, we looked at houses probably for about 6-7 years, even while we were dating. We started dreaming of what we wanted God to do, dreaming of what our future looked like. Yeah. Even with the ministry, what does it look? What does Transforming Christian Center really look like? For sure. What do you see for us? Yeah. When was the last time you said today is going to be the day that our date night? It's time to dream. We will do vision boards with groups of our girlfriends or vision boards at the beginning of the year. But when was the last time you sat down with your spouse and you said, let's create a vision board so we can dream together for the things that we really want God to do?
Ain't nothing like it, because
it strengthens your marriage.
The truth of the matter is, in order for God to get you out of toxicity, he has to show you something that's healthy. Yeah. And so when he shows me something healthy, now I can see it. Yeah. Now I can start dreaming from fighting to communicating.
Yeah. What does that look like?
Saying? This got to look like something. Yeah. If I can't see it, I'll never be it. And it's powerful. That's why the Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish.
Absolutely.
If I don't have nothing to see, then I'm going to go back into what I used to be.
You know what I love about this is that it's never too late.
Yep.
Maybe you did marry someone and there wasn't a vision. There wasn't a time where you all dreamt together. Maybe you're hearing this because this is your time to say, you know what? We didn't come together with a vision or a plan, but I heard something. Let us start dreaming together. What if it's speaking life over your spouse and saying, babe, I really believe that God wants to do something new in us. I do believe that you are the head of our family. Babe, that's speaking life. Why don't we dream together? I think that is so important in order to strengthen your marriage, because dreaming allows you to give you something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Some of us are just so mundane and we're tired and we're just doing life as normal. But when you start dreaming,
that's where the life comes in, with the dream.
So when you think about Pastor James, when we talk about our core values, we talk about becoming, building and blessing. That is one of the things that has been the real foundation for the marriage, because this whole time you and I have been becoming. We've been building a ministry together so that we can bless people. And we have no idea what it's so many aspects going on. It's so much. It's always something where we never know what a Sunday is going to look like. We never know what a Wednesday. We never know. But because
as it's going.
Yeah, as it's going. But because of that, it gives us the ability to be able to dream together and be like, you know what? It gives us something to look forward to, that knowing that some of our best days are ahead and not behind us. There's one more that I want to give. It's when you are talking about strengthening your marriage, it's staying accountable and being covered. When you talk about, because Pastor James, there's a lot of relationships where there is no real accountability.
Yeah, no covering either.
Yeah, and so talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, man. The reason why we got relationships that has no accountability because they don't want to grow. Anytime you start putting accountability around something, you have expectations that comes along with accountability. Because I'm not going to hold you accountable to nothing if I don't expect nothing out of you.
Right.
So therefore, when you start talking about accountability, you got to start talking about expectations. And so with most couples and most marriages, people are not thinking about growing, right? And like you say all the time, everybody don't sign up for growth.
No.
Everybody signed up to be together, but many people don't sign up
growth
to build
is
together.
Strenuous, man.
You see what I'm saying?
It takes real energy and work to grow.
Everybody sign up to be together, but everybody don't sign up to build together.
Right.
See, because we can be together and look good on the outside, but when we start building together, now this means I got to start becoming another version of myself.
Yes, sir.
Right. And so now you get the opportunity to hold me accountable. So if I don't like to be held accountable, then this means that I'm not going to ever put my hands to the plow and start growing.
Yeah.
So therefore, and you start talking about accountability and covering, man, I have to want this to hold myself accountable and allow you to hold me accountable.
Tell me, when we hear the word covering, what does covering mean? And what are the benefits of having a covering?
Yeah, covering means to be led, to be nurtured, to be guided, to be protected.
Okay.
That's what covering means. So the benefit is if I'm being guided into a place, I'm being guided by something or someone that's a place of safety. And I'm not being guided into a place that's a place of destruction, where it's going to be not safe, right? If I'm going to be covered, I'm going to be protected by something that's trying to hurt me. And so therefore, if I'm going to be protected by something that's trying to hurt me, this means it's going to make sure that nothing or no one can get an opportunity to try to hurt me or destroy me in any type of way. So therefore, every marriage, every relationship, if it's serious about going to another dimension, not being toxic, it need to be covered.
Do you know what people don't realize? People think that they're just inviting guests to their wedding. They're not realizing that the people that you're inviting, you're really inviting your covering to the wedding. When you think about family and friends, what they're supposed to do is come in and make sure that you all are covered in a way that you love me, you love my spouse, and now you're shaking your head no.
No, I'm just thinking in terms because people are not aware that they're supposed to be a covering, but only thing they want to do is witness.
Right. So that's exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I was actually going next. What do you think the witness is for? The witness is there that you are there to witness our covenant so that when we get in hard times, you're supposed to cover us in so much love and cover us in so much restoration and so much, give me some more words, so much encouragement where you are literally the protection for us. That's why it's so important when I'm starting to talk about a covering, who loves me and who loves my spouse.
Yeah, well, sure.
Whenever we counsel couples, I always tell them, you make sure that you get around and you don't ever talk to somebody who doesn't love your spouse.
Yeah, well, sure.
You don't ever talk to somebody. You don't ever talk to somebody that doesn't love the actual covenant of marriage, because there are a lot of people that will be in a relationship and it's like we're doing it just to do it, but not realizing when I'm talking to somebody, they don't realize that when I'm talking to them about my spouse, although I'm telling you what he did to me,
for sure,
still wrap and cover that thing in love. Like he's not
Without
the enemy. He's a person that made a mistake. So you've got to make sure that when you are talking to someone, you're talking to someone not just because you're just talking, but this person is really, like if they're coming to your wedding to witness what you guys are doing, it should be a covering. Because I wanted to go there.
Folks nosy.
Yeah, they want to come to the reception and eat the food.
who gonna be there?
Yeah.
Like first of all, this event, who all gonna be there? Then who all look the best when they get there? And then you got other people coming to other people's wedding because they looking at hopefully they can connect to somebody, have their own one.
You
day.
right about that.
So in other words, they're coming to be a spectator and not a participator.
Yes.
And so when you start talking about covering and witness, if you change the dynamics of weddings to you're just not coming here to witness, but you come here to cover, we'll have a whole lot of people. We'll have weddings that will not have a whole lot of people.
I wanted to bring that up. I was kind of like, what does he think? Because when I was talking, you were kind of like doing this, maybe because you were in deep thought. But what I was thinking is most people automatically assume a covering with a pastor, or like they consider it with church. And that is a part of covering. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, whenever you are doing life with somebody, it is your responsibility to cover them and to protect them if you let them in the inside.
Both the husband and the wife. Yeah, both of us. Yeah. To everybody that's under the sound of my voice.
We got to talk to our team. They're doing a lot in the corner.
Yeah, to everybody. Yeah, we're here. We're at the end.
5 ways to strengthen our marriage.
And actually you gave 6.
Yeah, well, I gave 6. But 1, we're going to go back and redo them. Keep choosing each other.
Number 1,
daily.
Keep choosing each other.
Yeah.
Number 2, we got to be friends.
Yeah, we got to protect the friendship.
Yeah. Number 3, you got to protect the intimacy.
The intimacy, because that's where everything emotionally, how I think about my spouse really matters.
Number 4, we got to speak life in each other.
Got to speak life over each other, because if not, what are we doing if we're not speaking life? And then last but not least, we got to be accountable, and we've got to have a covering. We cannot expect to grow in the things of God if we don't want accountability and we don't want to be covered, because ultimately the Holy Spirit covers us.
And don't forget, we got a dream too.
Oh, we got to dream. Yes, sir. You're right. So did I give 6 or did I give 7? We did 5. I gave 6.
I just gave the 6th one.
Yeah. Is there one last one where we can finish on a 7 for completion? Give them a core value. We talked about 5 ways to strengthen it.
I see you as God sees me. What matters to you matters to me.
I think that's a strong one right there.
What matters to you matters to me.
Yeah,
because at that point, when it mattered to you and mattered to me, the 2 are becoming 1.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So that's it. That's a 7-1.
Yeah.
What matters to you gotta matter to me. What matters to me gotta matter to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with that, the 2 becomes 1.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Guys, every single day, the Holy Spirit gives us an opportunity to be able to feed ourselves. And so when you're feeding yourselves, I pray that you sit back and you look at this episode and you figure out the way to really, really be at a place of saying, God, I'm so sick of myself weakening the relationship. Yeah. It's me. I've been doing it. I've been thinking wrong thoughts. I've been thinking negative things about my husband or my wife. I've been the one that hasn't been speaking life. Good. I've been the one that I've been the one weakening the foundation for us. So God, I really want you to come in and really teach me the ways to be able to strengthen this, because I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. What God has put together, let no man put asunder. But ask yourself, are you the man? Are you the one that is literally making the marriage go down because you refuse to be able to grow?
Yeah, you got to do your part.
Yeah.
It's not about somebody else. In a marriage, it's always 2 people in it. In a relationship, it's already 2 people in it. So therefore, if I assume accountability and responsibility for my part and do my part, I don't have to worry about if you do or don't do your part.
Yeah.
Because my mind is clear and my conscience is clear when I've done my part.
Absolutely. So I want you guys to check us out. Every episode that we drop, that either drops on Wednesday mornings or we drop an old school episode on Sunday evenings. Everything about us is about helping you grow in the things of God, hearing kingdom advice and wisdom that are coming from 2 people that just aren't talking the talk, but every single day we make a commitment to walk the walk.
You see it. This is where faith, love, and life collide.
Yeah.
So you see it. This is what it is. And if you want maturity and you're serious about it, you can come to our YouTube channel and you can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check us out. Tell them what our YouTube channel is.
Yeah. Grace and Truth Talks.
Grace and Truth Talks. We're on all platforms. Just because you got to think about it. Some people could be listening from the podcast, not realizing they need to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Grace and Truth Talks. Check us out on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you watch or listen to your podcast. We are there. Grace and Truth Talks. Love you guys and thank you for being a part of our journey.
Finish the race, complete the work, and get the job done.